It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah. Single by choice, finding a voice, thinking Helen of Troy, sick of niggas stealing the joy, want a man, not a boy, she used to ride or die, but now she dying to live, last dude did a bid, left her stuck with a kid, she working 2 jobs, Amazon and U-Haul, food stamps and coupons, been doing this for too long, they wonder why she distant when she in the mix, but she done wasted so much time, you gotta come legit, ain't no more Netflix and chillin', she feel like texting for children, want you to call her, ain't gotta be ballin', but every now and then you can spoil her, she ain't worth it, that's why you feel deserted, and she sending dry responses to your message when she working. It's a genuine article, wanting more than a part of you. If you rise to the occasion as a king, this should honor you, dog. Listen, when the dating pool is full of piss, how could you blame her? What's gonna separate your weak ass from a personal trainer? You can't dress, never keep your hair groomed. You don't come from wealthy family, don't possess an heirloom, taking up space. When she look you in your face, it's no respect and admiration. Yet you still trying to tell her to be patient. Get your shit together.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. In this video, we're going to be getting into Nicki Minaj because it has been quite an eventful 24 hours on her part. All right. So there's a few different things circulating around her name at this time. I'm going to try to address as much of it as I possibly can, but just to be upfront, there may be a few things missed along the way because there's a lot of chatter, and I just want to try to get through it as accurately as possible, so some things that may not take as large precedence may not get to it, all right? So the first thing is Nicki Minaj was on Spaces last night, and I guess she was talking about possibly pushing back her album, the same album that she said was supposed to come out March 27th of next year. She was considering pushing the album back. For what reasons, I don't necessarily know, but I do have some audio of Nicki Minaj explaining. I think she's still going to be putting it out, but I guess she was just like on the fence about how she wanted to move forward. We'll play that audio from Nicki. She was on for about a half hour, but I'm only going to play about 4 minutes because that half hour get tedious. I ain't going to lie to you. Okay. Also, this morning, Nicki Minaj took to her Instagram story to report some theft. Okay, some credit card theft that's been going on. Apparently, people have been taking money from her American Express. Okay, and according to the totals that she put in her Instagram story, the value is over $20,000 in the upwards of around $25,000. Right? And she says that this money has been coming out just over the last couple of months, over up to 3 different people, allegedly. Find it very interesting that it wasn't that long ago, just a few weeks, or just a week or 2 ago. Cardi B literally said something about Nicki Minaj's American Express being, tapped into while she's allegedly sedated. Now, I don't know anything about sedation or drug use. I always say I don't know anything about that, but that's what Cardi B said. Here we are. Nicki Minaj is now reporting American Express theft on her cards. I'm not saying Cardi B's right. I'm just saying she mentioned it, and now we see proof of somebody taking money from her, right? And Cardi B said that the information be coming from Kenneth Petty talking to his people back home in the hood. Again, I can't say whether that's true or not. Okay? Now, there's also a report going around about one of the possible people that may have taken some money from Nicki. Okay? If you listen to Tasha K, she's come out and said that Nicki's stylist has possibly taken money and that Nicki has filed a police report on this young man. It's just her report. I can't say that she knows the truth or that she has the information. about who did what and where. I'm just saying that's what's floating around, and y'all know I don't take her word as the gospel. Um, but that's a report that's floating around. I saw people saying that Nicki has unfollowed her hairstylist, Arrogant Tay, who's also very pretty popular among other ladies in entertainment. So we'll just have to keep an eye out on where things go from here. But a lot of people are speculating that it's possibly Nicki's husband that's also in on the reindeer games. I don't know. I can't say. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is still trying to blame these infractions on Rock Nation and Desiree Perez, Jay-Z. Why? I don't know. How they just gonna tap into your stuff every time you get a new card? That seems strange to me, especially as they wouldn't have those intimate details. I would think it's somebody that's very close to you, especially if you're ordering brand new cards that's getting your shit. Uh, the call might be coming from in the house, but I don't know that to be a fact. So first, let's get into Nicki talking about the album, and then we'll get to the credit card issues. Let's get to this audio.
No, and this is, and y'all know my serious voice. No, today, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've been, just I was gonna say, fuck the music. Um, but I had a real conversation today with my husband, and I said I can't withhold the music because there's a bigger meaning and I can't explain it. And he understood, and he was like, it's because that's your gift. And I said, no, but everybody knows that's my gift, but that's not what it is. That's not the reason. And I wish that I didn't feel that way. Like, I wish that it didn't matter, but it matters to the people. It's for the people. It matters because of how happy the people will be when they hear the music. And it's so important that people find their little, s- you know, moments of happiness along the way all the time, as often as possible. And I don't and I feel like, and maybe that is what people feel like, like and maybe it feels like, I don't know, but the music is so so wonderful that I'm having a hard time withholding it. Like how a lot of you hoes have a hard time withholding your
Oh
pussies
my god.
and your asses and your mouths. It's like sometimes I just wake up in the morning. But the thing is, you guys, is that honestly, guys, I don't know how to I don't know how to say, hey Barbz, no more music. I guess I just don't know how to. I just wouldn't.
That was a painful 3 minutes, wasn't it? I don't know why she elects to speak in that manner. She can definitely speak way more fluently than that. But whatever, charge it on the game. It was late. She said she was considering walking away from music, not putting out the project. Um, why? I don't know. I don't know why you would announce a project and then a week or two later you start second guessing it and wondering if you should not put it out or what that is, or if that's just, grandstanding to get people excited. I don't know. I can't speak to her state of mind or what she was really trying to convey, other than the fact that she was allegedly considering walking away. So there's that. All right. So I guess the album is still coming. Her husband Kenneth allegedly, talked her out of canceling the project. So I guess it's still on the way. All right. We're gonna continue to move past, because that was just a quick little footnote. Now let's get to what she posted in her story today about the missing funds or the money being charged to her card. So as you can see, she's posted a few screenshots of money being taken from her American Express. On the left, we have a total of $8,030.59. Another thing that's interesting is the totals being like weird numbers and odd change. I don't know if people are paying for stuff off of the card, or if they just taking, they gotta be fucking buying shit. You got another 7,000 being taken off the card, 7,000 even. You got another one here for $5,552.63, and then we got $4,333.22. Is that charged twice? So these are screenshots from Nicki's Instagram story of her card just being repeatedly yapped. All right. Furthermore, in her stories, she posts this AI explanation of where the Desiree versus Demaray lawsuit stands. So it says there, the federal judge ruled that key parts of Demaray Hadley's civil rights case against Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez can move forward. Some claims, like RICO, were dropped, but the main accusations, conspiracy, false imprisonment, and civil rights violations, survived. The judge found it plausible that Perez and her associates, including psychiatrists and investigators, worked together to have Demaray wrongfully committed under the Baker Act. Because of that, Perez and others could be treated as state actors, meaning civil rights laws now apply to them. This is a major step for Demaray, as it allows her to gather evidence and move toward trial. Roc Nation and Perez are still central to the case, and discovery could reveal more about the alleged actions and communications. So there's that. So you see she's still mentioning Roc Nation, so I'm guessing that she's thinking that they're behind this. Now, if you're familiar with some of the other things that Nicki Minaj has said in the direction of Roc Nation, she's accused them of stealing money. She's accused them of not paying her from the title deal. She's accused them of hacking her Instagram and making sure that she doesn't get a lot of viewers. She's accused them of, I don't know, having some sort of partnership with Twitter to hide her likes. She's got a lot of different ideas of how Roc Nation is conspiring against her. She believes that the investigations into her husband are also leveraged by Roc Nation. She accused Jay-Z and Beyonce of stealing poses in photos from her and her husband. The list goes on and on. Now, Nicki says in this second piece, let's see if they'll go to jail for their ringleaders. So she believes whoever is stealing the money is being hired to do so. Let's see if they'll save themselves or be a part of the RICO. Hope the group chats were worth it. Don't know what group chats she's found. I gotta show y'all what their responses were. Everyone who got caught said the dumbest shit, caught red-handed, being thieves and worse. I wonder if their other clients know that they're thieves. Okay, so I guess this is in response to the stylist. But she says their client, so it could be more than one person with clients. Again, Arrogant Tay was unfollowed. I don't know if she's saying he was a part of it or not. She then says 3 different people in a span of 2 months charging my Amex without permission. Some couldn't even explain how they had the brand new card number. Right. Because if these are, in fact, people that work for you or provide services to you, and you've never paid them with this card, I do find it strange how they would have access to it unless they literally went in your shit. Or was it given to them by someone close? Again, I don't know. I can't say. It just sounds very strange to me. Now, again, if you want to go with what Tasha K is saying, she says Nicki Minaj filed a police report against DeAndre Tristan, the stylist, last week for stealing money. Other names are expected to drop soon. We'll keep you updated. Right? That was a 7:22 this morning. So then we have this photo here of DeAndre Tristan, the so-called stylist, who perhaps is a part of this whole scheme. As people started to speculate further that perhaps Nicki's husband is a part of this, Tasha also says, remember, there was only one husband accused of stealing on record thus far. Sources say Offset and his mama stole $10 million plus and more. That's what my sources told me. All right. So as people started to speculate about Nicki's husband, she decided to divert the attention back to Cardi B's issues with Offset and the alleged theft that happened on that end. And she says the only people we know as of yet who have been, taken from is Cardi B. Okay. So that was a quick little misdirect, but Ken Barbie also came to the net today with a little something for Tasha. So he says the way that Tasha K is going to end up homeless at this point. Offset and Cardi may not be in the best place, but to believe that he and his mom stole $10 million from her is ridiculous. There was, however, a property move that went wrong, and it was nowhere near $10 million. It's actually less than $1 million, and there's no cash involved. But the constant harassment TK has been doing these past 4 months and thinking it's safe just because you're not saying a name, good luck in court again. Okay? So we have Ken Barbie here basically alluding to the fact that we may not have seen the end of the Cardi B, Tasha K in court saga. Now, Tasha K is not supposed to talk about Cardi B, if I'm not mistaken. The money that she's making from her YouTube and other businesses is supposed to be going towards Cardi B in a payment plan. And Ken Barbie is saying the way you've been acting for the past 4 months, meaning that they've been keeping documentation of the things she's been saying towards Cardi B, but not explicitly saying her name, could possibly be brought back up in court and could end up in violations, which would cost her even more money, which that would not be a good look. All right. Again, I can't say any of this is definitive. All I can do is cover what the people are saying and hope for the best in all of these cases. And just as I thought we were getting to the end of the drama, we have a report from Us Weekly. Okay? Us Weekly is reporting that Nicki Minaj's $20 million LA home is at risk of being seized over massive debt owed. This is an exclusive from Us Magazine. Wow. They say Nicki Minaj's Los Angeles mansion is at risk of being sold off due to a massive unpaid debt she and her husband, Kenneth Petty, have refused to pay. US Weekly can exclusively report. On October 6th, Thomas Wiedenmuller, who was awarded $503,000 from Minaj and Petty in a lawsuit over alleged assault by Petty in 2019, asked the court to order the rapper's home to be sold to help him collect on the money owed. Oh, wow. So he's trying to seize their home in order to pay off the court-ordered money that he was supposed to receive. Weidenmuller, who was a security guard at one of Minaj's shows in Germany, said Minaj owns an 11-bedroom, 16-bathroom, 11,000 12,820 square foot home in Hidden Hills, California. The entertainer purchased the home for $19.5 million in December 2022, according to property records. In his motion, Wiedenmuller explained that he believes the home is worth enough to pay off the mortgage, liens, and his debt. He pointed out that Minaj has a $13,258,000 mortgage lien on the home and a $722,151 homestead exemption, together just under $14 million. Wiedenmuller told the court the property's current fair market value is appraised at $20 million, yielding approximately $6 million in equity beyond the lien and exemption. That amount is more than sufficient to satisfy the judgment plus accrued interest and enforcement costs. He said the law does not require him to exhaust other collection efforts before asking a debtor's home to be sold off. Here, there is no doubt that the sale of the dwelling would satisfy the entire judgment with millions to spare, he said. Wiedenmuller's lawyer noted, although it is regrettable that the extraordinary measure of forcing the sale of Minaj's dwelling is required, that result is entirely the product of her intransigence in not making payment. Minaj is a global music superstar, estimated to have a net worth of anywhere between $150 to $190 million, and is reportedly the highest paid female rap star in the world. There is little doubt that she is highly capable of paying the judgment in full, and yet she has refused to do so despite multiple written requests for payment and levies served upon several of her suspected creditors. Wiedenmuller said he should not have to wait any longer to receive the money. Damn. In his lawsuit, Wiedenmuller claimed there was drama while working at Minaj's show on March 22, 2019. He said a fan broke the security barrier and was able to get on stage next to Minaj. The rapper allegedly became upset with the security team working the event. Wiedenmuller claimed Minaj was yelling at a female security guard when he tried to defuse the conversation. He alleged that Minaj was upset by his attempt and told Petty about the encounter. He claimed he was instructed to go to Minaj's dressing room. Once he entered, Wiedenmuller claimed Minaj was there with Petty and two security guards. He claimed that Minaj started yelling at him, which led to Petty, without warning, striking Wiedenmuller in the face. Wiedenmuller said he was stunned and disoriented. He said he rushed to the hospital, where doctors determined he had serious injuries and needed surgery to fix his jaw. Minaj and Petty failed to respond to the lawsuit, which led to the court entering default judgments against the duo in March 2024. So failure to respond to the lawsuit, which you lost by default just last year, and now you don't want to pay. So now this man is trying to seize your home for the debt he is owed. That's craziness to me. And this situation is about Kenneth Petty allegedly striking this man, breaking his jaw over something that was out of his control. He wasn't even the security. He was trying to interject and de-escalate the situation. He was then sent to her dressing room allegedly and got whacked in the motherfucking face. Now, in all fairness, we do not have a judge ordering for the home to be foreclosed upon or sold off. That's just what they're requesting. This is what they are sending to the judge and saying that this is the necessary method to ensure that we get paid what we're owed, because they're not making any progress on what they need to give me. So this would be a perfect resolution to go ahead and sell their house off. They would have plenty of money left over. Then they could come pay me my money on top of interest. All right. So we'll just have to see how things move forward. If a judge actually says that her house needs to be taken, or if they find out alternative methods for that payment to take place. All right. Just want to be, again, as accurate as possible in the midst of all of this speculation and everybody pointing the finger at different folks. I don't want to be the person that's saying they finna take her house. You know what I mean? That's just what Mr. Wiedenmuller would like to see happen so he could get his money and move on with his life. Now, last but certainly not least, we're going to get into Miss Lourdiz, okay? Now, you know, she was just featured on the Cardi B Am I the Drama album. She was in some sort of situation with Nicki Minaj and heavy on it. Once upon a time, they claim that she's signed to the label. All of that is very tricky about who she's really with. I know she's signed to Dr. Luke through her songwriting endeavors. Maybe she was signed to Nicki as an artist. I don't know. None of the music that she has out has heavy on it in the credits. But nonetheless, we do know that ever since doing the collaboration with Cardi B, she's been a topic of discussion for both the work she did on the album and also the Barbz looking at her as a traitor. Okay? Now, things reached a height yesterday because it was being reported that she had died. Okay? So, she came to social media yesterday evening with this statement. She says, "First of all, I'm alive. But I'm shaking while typing this because this is a whole different level of disturbing and my spirit isn't sitting right with it right now. I'm grateful to have parents who love me and made me mentally strong, but I want to speak up for those who aren't able to handle situations like this and have no one to turn to. Anyone who condones this kind of behavior, it speaks volumes about your character. Bullying people or spreading lies about someone being dead is where I draw the line. It's a deeply sensitive topic and real people have lost their lives because of this kind of cruelty. When will people start holding others accountable for what their fan bases do?" All right? So this is a direct response to the stan wars and things that are going on online. The very stan wars that Megan Thee Stallion came out and said she wants no part of yesterday. Right? She says, "I don't stand for this type of behavior and neither should any of you. It's inhumane and heartbreaking. If you're capable of this level of hate, please stay far away from me. This kind of harassment isn't fandom, it's barbarism. Barbarism. As in, it's barbaric. Please do better. To anyone who's lost a loved one to cyberbullying, I'm so sorry. You're not alone. Spread love, not hate." All right? She also came back with this post here showing that the rumors were kind of going viral. They even called her a rapper. Rapper Lourdiz death rumor debunked as Cardi B Nicki Minaj fan rivalry hoax. And this isn't your standard, just internet rumor. Someone literally was posing as her mother to post this update. This page is no longer even active. It says, "From a mother's heart. My heart is shattered as I share the news that my beautiful daughter, Alyssa Lourdiz Cantu, has passed away. Alyssa was more than just my daughter. She was a light in every room, a soul full of music, laughter, and dreams. Her voice touched people all over the world, but her kindness and love touched those closest to her even more deeply. There are no words that can describe the pain of losing her. I will forever miss her laugh, her hugs, and the way she can make everything feel okay just by being there. Thank you to everyone who has supported her, listened to her music, and loved her for who she was. Please keep her memory alive by continuing to share her songs and her life forever, my baby girl." So they literally came out and was acting like this woman's mom and posted this so-called heartfelt Instagram post mourning the death of her child, only for Lourdiz to come out and say, "Hey dog, that's fucking cap. What the hell is this?" Over some stan shit because they don't like that she worked with Cardi B. Prior to the false report which caused her to speak out, you could see that she was actually going at it online with an obsessed Barb. Okay? So she says, "I'm bored today, bitch. So shut the fuck up, bottom feeder ass bitch, anonymous ass bitch. All you do is lie, stanky bitch. I heard you was a whole ass dude too, bitch, liar." This is what Lourdiz said to this person here that goes by Majesty Elite. And this person put together a list of people to not follow moving forward as part of the Nicki Minaj fan club. She says, as we move into the NM6 era, it's time for another dud list. So I guess this is like the op list for Drake. There are too many accounts that spend their time tearing down Nicki Minaj's legacy, overanalyzing her every move, wishing horrible things upon her family, and trying to dictate how she should operate. That energy has no place in this new chapter. Block, mute, unfollow, do what you need to do. Whether it's bait tweets or hit tweets that show no real concern for Nicki, it all needs to stop. And then there's a whole list of people, right? Shortly thereafter, she says, blocked me, but having a whole conference call about me is romantic. Sigh. So this person, Majesty Elite, decided to hold a Spaces conversation, adding her, tagging her in it, talking about fetal alcohol syndrome. What? Why would you talk about some shit like that? I don't know if they're alleging that she was born with this disorder or if she has a kid that they're alleging has this, but whatever it is, it's fucking disgusting. And this is the shit that I be talking about, the lengths that people be going over their faves. But niggas be mad at me just for covering simple stories and saying whose music I like. Like, come the fuck on. Grow the fuck up. So at this point, that's what I got for y'all, man. If there's any other updates that happen to take place today, I'll probably get to it tomorrow or whatever, but it's definitely going to be at a later time. Regarding the money missing from Nicki Minaj, hey man, I hope you find out who's taking your money. Do I believe Roc Nation is doing it? No. Do I believe that Roc Nation is influencing the people that are providing services to you in terms of hair and makeup and styling you to take your money? No. But I don't know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to sit back and let it take place, and whatever comes out, comes out. I hope whatever it is that Nicki Minaj is going through, because it doesn't seem that she's in the best place, I hope that she's able to recover. I hope that she's able to find peace, find joy, find pleasure within this lifetime while it's still here. And, you know, anything that's bringing negativity toward her is removed from her life, because this ain't it. You know, I'm not a huge fan, but do I want to see people perpetually in a dark place or going through hardships? No. But I also think that those hardships tend to come back when you're so hard on others. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to find some balance in that regard as well. But I'm going to go ahead and tap out, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Much love and respect. Y'all be good out there. Peace.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Barbz. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5-6 bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I